This game had no business being this close. With under 2 minutes left in regulation, the Cavaliers looked like they were about to cruise to a 2-0 lead in the series. But what followed was one of the wildest, most chaotic finishes we've seen all postseason: missed free throws, game-saving blocks, clutch threes, and a final possession that could have gone either way. Let's break down exactly how the Pacers nearly stole Game 2 on the road, and how the Cavaliers somehow held on. With 1:56 on the clock, the Cavaliers were up 107-100. The Pacers had just missed a transition opportunity, and the momentum was starting to lean heavily toward Cleveland. But instead of tightening their grip, the Cavs gave Indiana life, and it started with a sloppy offensive possession. After dribbling out most of the clock, Garland tried to isolate on Nembhard, but with no real separation, he was forced into a contested step back that clanked off the rim. That's when things got tense. Indiana quickly pushed the pace, and Tyrese Halliburton, who'd been relatively quiet most of the night, fired a deep three in transition. Bang. Just like that, it's a 4-point game. Cleveland comes back down and runs a stagger screen for Mitchell, but the Pacers switch it cleanly, and with the shot clock winding down, Mitchell drives into a wall of defenders and has to kick it out. LeVert swings it to Struss in the corner, wide open, and he misses. That miss was critical because Indiana sensed the Cavs were tightening up. The Pacers don't call timeout. Halliburton brings it up again, probing the defense, but this time instead of settling, he drives hard into the lane, drawing Mobley off Turner in the corner. Beautiful read, Halliburton skips it out, Turner fakes the shot, one dribble in, and nails the mid-range. Now it's a 2-point game with just under a minute to go and the crowd is holding its breath. Cleveland needs a bucket to stop the bleeding. They go back to Donovan Mitchell, and he gets a favorable switch onto TJ McConnell. He sizes him up at the top, does a hesitation move to freeze him, pulls up from 18 short again. The Pacers secure the rebound, and all of a sudden they have a chance to tie or take the lead. This next possession is where things got absolutely insane. Halliburton walks it up, and Cleveland decides to blitz the screen. Mobley and Garland trap him near half court, and he nearly loses the ball, but somehow manages to swing it to Siakam at the elbow. He turns, sees Allen rotating over, and zips a pass to the corner wide open Nembhard, and it rims out. Allen skies for the rebound, but he gets stripped on the way down. The ball bounces loose, and it's McConnell who dives on it, kicking it back out to Halliburton. Another look at three, no good. Now we're inside 30 seconds. Cleveland's got the ball and a chance to ice the game. Instead of playing it safe, Mitchell calls for the high screen and goes early. He gets a step on Siakam, barrels into the paint, throws up a floater over Turner, blocked. Clean swat. Indiana recovers, and here we go. Shot clock turned off. Down 2, one last chance. The Pacers call timeout and advance the ball. They set up a stack at the top, and Halliburton comes flying off a double screen to receive the inbound. Cleveland switches it all. Mobley ends up on Halliburton, but instead of attacking the mismatch, he dribbles out and resets, time's ticking. He calls for the screen again, but it's more of a slip from Turner, who pops out. Mobley sticks with Halliburton, and Allen steps up to help. What happens next decides the game. With just 8 seconds remaining, Halliburton is dancing at the top of the key, Mobley in front of him, Allen looming behind. He gives a quick jab, tries to go left, then crosses back right. Mobley stays glued, no space. Halliburton fakes the step back, but Allen reads it perfectly and shades over to contest. With barely a second left, Tyrese forces up a high-arching 3 over 2 defenders. Front rim ball tips off the glass, chaos under the basket. Turner almost snatches it, but Struss knocks it loose. The ball pinballs around for a split second that feels like an eternity before LeVert secures it and heaves it up court as the buzzer sounds. Game over. But it wasn't just the last shot, it was every decision leading up to it that made this one so wild. Starting with Cleveland's choice to not double Halliburton on that final possession. They showed help, but didn't fully commit, daring him to take a difficult shot instead of giving up the easy pass. It was risky, but it worked. Then there's the missed opportunities from Indiana. 3 clean looks from deep in the final minute, and none of them dropped. That's not bad execution. That's just the game not rewarding you. But what really stands out is how the Cavaliers navigated the final stretch defensively. They kept the ball out of the middle, rotated just enough to cover shooters, and forced everything over the top. Even when Halliburton broke free for a moment, the Cavs stayed disciplined, didn't bite on pump fakes, and made every possession a grind. It's also worth mentioning the composure or lack of it on the offensive end for Cleveland. Despite holding the lead, their shot selection down the stretch nearly gave the game away. 3 straight possessions, with Mitchell settling for low percentage looks, including that blocked floater and a wide open miss from Struss that could have iced it. Instead of running clock and working inside out, they went isolation heavy and gave Indiana every chance to come back. But in the end, it was just enough. Mobley's perimeter defense was elite. Allen's help instinct saved at least 2 plays, and despite going cold offensively, Cleveland's commitment to switching and protecting the rim is what sealed this one. Now the Cavs are up 2-0 heading to Indiana, but this series is far from over. If Game 2 taught us anything, it's that the Pacers are 1 or 2 made shots away from flipping the entire narrative, and with the way Halliburton is starting to find his rhythm, Game 3 might just be the explosion. But for now, it's Cleveland who survives the madness, and maybe, just maybe, grows a little tougher because of it.